Whenever the weather warms up, I can't stop thinking about ice cream, whether it's a cone heaped full of frozen yogurt, sorbet, gelato, traditional ice cream from my favorite shop, or a few spoonfuls straight from my freezer. These delicious desserts are my summer go-to, but making frozen treats at home can be just as tasty. Finding the right appliance, however, can be confusing. Should you opt for an electric ice cream maker or an old-fashioned variety that's inexpensive but requires pounds of ice and rock salt? What about a compressor machine? Each has its pros and cons, but after thoroughly reviewing and testing the best ice cream makers and frozen yogurt machines, I now know that the Ninja Creami is going to become a staple.
Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range.
Starting at number 1, Winter ICM 201 SB 2.1 Quart Upright. The Winter made our single favorite batch of this testing series. It was objectively the best ice cream our tester had ever eaten. It tasted like the love child of whipped cream and vanilla gelato, quite high praise. Despite this batch of godly nectar, the Winter was otherwise disappointing. The paddles stopped moving after we added the mix-ins for the rocky road, and we gave up on the berry froyo after an hour and a half of mixing produced nothing thicker than a smoothie. Even the favorite vanilla took an hour to make, which is longer than we really want to wait for ice cream. Though we would wait for this one, particularly since the Winter is another. Number 2. Quart Pure Indulgence Ice 30 BC. Quart has many options when it comes to ice cream makers. While this one is solid, it didn't perform quite as well as the Quart Ice 21 ice cream maker. Despite being easy to use with a great pour-in opening to add mix and mix-ins, it made loud noises while churning the ice cream. We were nervous during each batch, as it sounded like the motor was about to die. Fortunately, it lasted and the ice cream was good, but we could do without the added. Number 3. Quart Ice 100. Alongside its freezer bowl models, Quart also has a compressor model that boasts impressive results. While more expensive than the other Quart models, it has a much lower MSRP than similar compressor models. It makes a good, if soft, ice cream, though it takes a while to firm up. We loved not having to pre-plan for ice cream. You'll never have an oh shoot moment where you realize you didn't put the bowl in the freezer far enough in advance, and we enjoyed being able to eat the results immediately. That said, the keep cool function led to slightly inconsistent ice cream texture, and the berry froyo mix exploded out of the bowl and over the sides, leading to a difficult cleanup. There are a lot of little crevices to clean on the. Number 4. Nostalgia ICMP 400 BLUE 4 Quart Electric. The Nostalgia would be a fun summer activity with kids or friends, but it wouldn't be our choice for a go-to ice cream maker. Its results were okay but not fantastic, and the added hassle of having to buy and store large amounts of ice anytime you want to use it made this one not worth the effort. The low price was nice, but this bright teal ice cream maker seemed better suited to a pool. Number 5. Hamilton Beach 68330 N 4 Quart Automatic. Much like the Nostalgia, the Hamilton Beach requires a substantial amount of ice, salt, and counter space in order to make dessert. But unlike the Nostalgia, you cannot see the results as you're making them, so there's a lot of timing guesswork or taking things apart to check as you go. Once again, the ice cream results were fine but not fantastic. By the end, we realized we'd rather spend a little more money to avoid the hassle of ice and salt